Hello. I have a helper. Happy Friday. TGIF. Good Lord. It isn't arty butt. It isn't arty
I'm an
butt.
arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm?
Over 2 years. Where has the time gone?
That's crazy. That's unreal to me. Thank you so much for 29 months, Susan. What the heck? What the heck? Since I don't have an emote to erase pieces on, we have our sub paper chain if you would like to pick a color for your name. Oh, we love having you. Dark green. You got it. Happy Friday. Thank goodness. Okay. Dark green. Hi. Are you a stinker? Oh my goodness. So speaking of just like things being like dumb. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Susan and Margot. Since you both picked the color. I posted Maple's TikTok last night at like the normal time, right? It took 2 hours for it to approve. For it to actually get posted. I was so pissed because I like try and post them around the same time because you know, consistency and all of that. Oh, Maple's is that one. And then mine is just under social because I wasn't really posting regularly on there. I'm trying to get back into it, but goodness gracious, the amount of social media stuff to do. It's a lot. Also, James picked me up a Wawa drink. Which means that Artie also got a Wawa drink, didn't you? Here. They can't see it as well over there. Yeah. Just turn around. I don't want you to fall. Here. Okay. There you go. Artie also got Wawa. So tasty. So good. No, don't headbutt it while I'm drinking. That's how we end up with a sticky mess all over the desk. Okay. Oh, it's a mess, honestly. TikTok, just all of it. The amount of times that people who follow my account are like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you guys in forever. And it's like, yeah, I know, because when you look at like videos and they're like the metrics on them, the amount of like followers that they reach is so low. And then the amount of like random people it reaches instead. And I'm like, well, if people are following, shouldn't you send it out? Like, what? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Yeah? You're gonna go back to the cup over there? Okay. Let me just turn it so the mouth part isn't there. No, don't lick the lid, you goober. Hi, Kayla. No worries. Welcome back. We're just... Artie's really excited about getting a strawberry lemonade from Wawa today. I'm excited about it too. You got a little treat? Yeah. You're just gonna sit right there with it. Okay. Oh, and then with Instagram, they like, I don't know, again, that's all very confusing too, where it'll be like, here's an ad, here's a suggested reel, and then it like doesn't show you the people that you follow. It shows you like out of every like 4 or 5 posts, you get like one of the person that you follow, and you're like, but I want to see, like, I'm following them so I can see their things, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I know, she's just, can you guys hear, like, the little mlems? Like, can you hear her tongue, the little sandpaper tongue on it? Oh, is that really it, Nat? I didn't know that. That stinks. You can? Hi. You're so pretty. And so special. Do you want to tell chat what you did yesterday? Did you punch your brother in the face and get a treat for it? Listen, honestly, the Creator Fund is not making me money, so don't even worry about it. The best thing is just engagement of any kind, because we actually, like, I am going to be reviewing an auto feeder. A company reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing a pet auto feeder. So, like, I don't really care about, like, the TikTok Creator Fund. I'm never going to make money that way. I'm never going to earn anything that way. But the engagement and the interaction and everything like that, companies do see that, and that's more what I'm interested in, is like working with people or developing relationships, or, oh, what's that? You want me to like look at something? Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm gonna have a pet auto feeder bowl thing coming that we'll be trying with both of them. I'm kind of curious to see, because I think Maple, his whole drive is going to be break into it and like steal the food. So I want to see if it's like sturdy enough to avoid him breaking into it. She punched Artie, or she punched Maple. Add TikTok shop 5-month-old viral video. Yeah, video from one I follow TikTok. Yeah, it's very frustrating. And that's why I don't look at it as like a source of income or anything, but you know, we've gotten to review some cool things. The cats have gotten some cool stuff out of it. Like Maple has his bowls, which are going to become Artie's. I got him a higher stand. So, Artie punched Maple. I can show you all. So I was talking with Kenya last night about this, because Maple is a very confusing cat. And Kenya and I kind of came to the thought of he might have been separated from his mom or his siblings too young, or maybe he was like a solo kitten. You know, maybe his mom only had one kitten, which is rare, but it happens. And like that, because his manners, he's so bad at it. And he like tries so hard, but he's still so bad. And And, you know, she's doing everything right, and she's like, could you not? And he's like, I don't understand. He meows to her the way he meows to me. Cats don't meow to each other. That's not how cats communicate. Like, cats do not meow to each other for any particular reason. And so she looks at him like, what the heck are you doing? And he's like, Kenya was saying it almost looked like he wanted to, like, sit with her or hang out with her, and he didn't really know how. So they hung out last night for about 10 minutes, right? Like, I'm working with them on just existing in the same space, because I think that's important. And she ended up here, and she always gets herself in a corner, and I'm like, girlfriend. And she's like hissing at him. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom the camera in. I can't bring this up higher without it, but I can maybe zoom this in a little. There we go. That helps. So like you see his little head thing. I'm gonna play the other one where you can hear him and you can watch her smack him, because I don't know if Patch is still barking in this one. But, like, when he does the head thing. It's very nice. Like, he's meowing, and she's like, what are you doing? And, like, this is all part of it, too, is, like, trying to get him to back off when she says to back off. And then this was, he ended up down here and was, like, staring at her for a while. And then this was, but he's like, because, like, his body language is really tense, but his mouth, what he's doing is really nice sounding. Because, like, he's not doing anything. Like, I'm trying to get him over there with, like, a treat now. Like, come over. Because he's not doing anything mean, but she's just not comfortable, which is fair. She's allowed to not be comfortable. And then... and then... and then there was just instant confusion on his part where, like, because he, like, he didn't go for her. He just was like, well, I guess maybe he did. I guess he did smack her a little bit. And then she smacked him. And then everyone got separated. And I gave her so many treats. I'm like, good girl. Like, you tell your brother when you want him to, like, you are absolutely okay to tell him, like, no. Don't click that, not a link, yeah. Definitely seems like he didn't get taught how to socialize with another cat. Yeah, he's, like, asking her in the way that he asks me stuff. And I'm like, she meows to me, too. But she doesn't, I think, know what to do with it when he does it. Where she's like, I don't... And again, his body language is really weird. Like, he's so awkward. He's so painfully awkward. And I'm like, buddy, I understand. He wants to be friends but doesn't know how. I know. So Kenya and I were kind of coming up... I mean, this is the nice thing about having friends that have animals, that you can kind of, like, brainstorm together. And because she has, like, fosters and has had to socialize many, we kind of came up with some ideas of, like, you know, trying to, because for a long time I was kind of the middleman where I would get in between the two of them, and would keep him from, like, bothering her. But at the same time, hey Allison, at the same time I kind of thought that she needed to tell him off, and maybe that would change how he approached things. If, like, she finally was the one that was like, no, knock it off, that he'd be like, oh. So now that she's finally, like, told him that, you know, Kenya was like, maybe like try getting back in the middle of it, try redirecting him to find something else to do. Hi. And also to, like, let her leave the situation instead of me removing her from the situation, because otherwise she's going to keep doing what she does, which is get herself into a corner and wait for mom to come and pick her up and remove her instead of... I mean, she removes herself sometimes, but other times she's like, I'm just going to go sit in this corner and wait. And it's funny because I had mentioned to Kenya that Pippin is the only cat that Artie has not hissed at when approached. Gandalf approached her the way a kitten approaches, though, and was way too much. And Kenya was like, maybe she just likes girls, like maybe she doesn't like boy cats. And I was like, you know, she did try to claim the lesbian. What if she was trying to tell me something? Like, obviously not that, but, like, Kenya was like, yeah, she's like, Mom, stop bringing these boys in, bring me a girl. But some cats do just not get along with, you know, male cats, female cat, like, whatever. You know, Coco, our lab, didn't get along with female dogs, but got along great with Patch. Like, it took a lot more for her to get along with a female dog versus a male dog. So, you know, there's... Who knows? Animals are weird. Just shove her face into everyone else's fur and just leave it there. The girls aren't a fan. Oh my god. Animals are weird. I love them so much. Also, hi Mary. It's good to see you. So, yeah, gonna keep working with them. Not giving up because, again, we went from a time where I was worried that they would, like, fight each other, like, do harm to one another, or, again, because he's FIV positive and she's negative, I didn't want him to get her sick. So now that we're at the place where I think that's the worst that's going to happen, which is they kind of smack each other, I feel a lot less afraid of continuing to do things like that. Not all the time, because, you know, you don't want her becoming stressed about it either, but, like, there's clearly a want on their parts to make it work, but they're like, it's almost as if they're talking different language. Oh my god, Kenya, I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? We should get a shout out for Kenya because she's the sweetest and I love her and she's a good friend. Yeah, I just showed everyone the video that I sent you. And they agreed that Maple just doesn't seem to know how to cat. Of course, I love you. Thank you for, like, talking with me last night about all the cat stuff. But, like, it just seems as though he has no idea how to express his friendship or what he wants, and so his body language says one thing and then he's meowing and she's like, why are you meowing at me? I'm not your mom. And she always puts herself in a corner. And I'm like, girlfriend, I love you. So, I don't know. I keep saying that Pippin feels like she could be some kind of bridge. And I'm like, maybe that's it. Maybe we just need Pippin to come in and be like, you, chill out, you. He's just dumb. He's just a dumb boy, and he doesn't know how to express himself. He doesn't want to hurt you, but he doesn't know what he's doing. One, two, one, two. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I'll see if they want to, because I don't ever want to like force either of them to interact with the other. But like, if Artie really wants to drink patch water and she doesn't care that Maple's there, then I'm gonna let her do it and hope that they can, I don't know, have some more good interactions with each other. Oh. She had her Wawa drink, and now... and... now the cat's gone. I wonder where she went. The call of the patch water is strong. It is. It really is. It's so funny, too. I literally sent this to James last night. Because I was like, 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3, again. All 3 of them last night. They were like, yes. Perfect. Just what I needed to feel refreshed. I mean, she's licking the outside of my Wawa cup, like... And then this will be a TikTok. I just have to edit it. But, someone... like, Maple loves ping pong balls, and this one was just lying there, and Pippin was curious about it, so I started rolling it, and she's like, this is one of Patch's. And she was just fascinated. Thought my kid was gonna hang with me, but I'm not cool enough. Oh, I love Wawa. And then we had a quick back scratch. And then it rolled away, and she's like, oh my god. She's so sweet. I love her so much. Bye! Right? Look at her. Ugh. I can't. And then Jet's been coming back, which is good. Good man. Come get your food so that we can trap you and take your cojones. This was this morning. This was actually the first time that this has happened. Not this. She does this all the time. Like, she's just meowing to me. But, so she'll do this too, where she'll come over. But this was the first time that this has ever happened. Normally, she won't let me touch her outside. this was the very first time that she was like, you can pet me. Normally when we're outside, she's like, you cannot touch me. I am a wild baby. I only get pets when I'm inside. But this was, I was excited. But I was also, I didn't mind that she only let me pet her inside because it means then that other people can't approach her. So, I don't know, it's, like, it was exciting, but I'm also like, don't go up to other people. They're not everyone's as nice as us. Be smart. Be smart. I want her inside full time, but like we don't have that set up just yet. Cuz like we would basically be keeping her in the breezeway all the time, and that isn't fun. That's lonesome. And I don't know that I could like get her to the vet yet. I doubt that I could get her in a carrier. Because she would have to get like all checked out before she could really interact with our babies beyond the baby gates. It's like she needs all her shots and all her stuff. We'll get there. I'm ready for them to all be there now, you know? I'm ready for everyone to get along. I could always try getting her inside again today. During stream. Let her hang out in the living room some more. Because I think that's good for her to get used to the house sounds and just being inside and seeing that she can like relax. I know, I do too. Oh, I was so excited because she did another first yesterday, though. And I messaged James about it, and he was like, did she use the litter box? And I was like, oh. Maybe I was too excited about this. Because if she used the litter box, I'd be like, done, you're inside. But she also decided it was time to explore the tunnel. And then she was like, no, I don't know how to leave. And so she started backing up. And I was like, no, like, you keep coming this way. And I was like, I'll just sit up if you want. That'll make things easier. And she was like, okay, thanks, now I can leave. But I was like, what a brave baby. I know. I was so proud. And James was like, did she use the litter box? And I was like, oh, maybe I was too excited. In the text because it wasn't that exciting. But I just love seeing her come out of her shell a little more. I think it's exciting, yeah. No, definitely exciting, just not litter box level exciting. I'd be freaking out if she did that. Thanks for the lurk. It is another step. No, I know. Sometimes it's hard when you, like... I know what the end result is, which is Maple, you know, snuggling on my lap and being a cutie. And sometimes you're just like... You just... Ugh. The way that you want to just, like, hit fast forward a little bit for them. To be like, listen... I know all of this seems scary, but, like, look at what you can have. Like, it'll be okay. Just trust me a little bit. And it'll be all right. Oh my gosh, if I could talk with them. That would be my superpower, if I could, like, have a superpower. I want to be able to talk to animals. It's always the wish. I know. It would solve so much, right? Or just, like, answer so many questions, especially about the ones that, like, we don't know their whole story. Like, I would love to ask Artie, like, how did you end up outside? Like, how come you ended up in our backyard? You know, like, just... I just want to know. Sometimes I talk to them anyway. Oh, I talk to them all the time. They at least understand tone and the vibes. Absolutely. No, I mean, that's like an obvious thing that animals can understand. Mary, I don't think that you've missed any Pokemon lately. Dang. Pokemon Community Game loves Mary. Pass it on. But, like, you can definitely, you know, the fact that, like, Jet does his tiny little mews now when I talk to him, like, he has no idea, you know, but it's a tone thing. It's a presence. It's an energy that you put out. Like, they can tell, oh, this is a safe person. This is a friendly person. This is okay. But, like, they're all, you know, when they're still scared or whatever, and you're like, it's okay. Like, I'm safe. This is like, you're not in danger, or, you know, telling Maple and Artie, like, you guys can be friends now, you'll have food and water, and like, ugh. Only during my streams? I'm lucky if you get one a week. Really? Well, evidently, the two of us together are the good luck charm for you. Okay. Turtle tummy shell made. Oh, Kenya, I don't know if I know that you're probably doing a million things, but we were also hypothesizing, do you think maybe Maple was like a single cat? Like, maybe his mom just had him? Like, he was in a tiny litter kind of thing? There were no siblings or whatever? Because he's really bad at this whole... this whole interacting with other cats thing. Bless his little heart, he tries. His mom was a kitten herself. She could be. I mean, the other thing that I always think is, like, he was so malnourished when he showed up that there's just a part of me that I just don't know if he was on his own and didn't know. I mean, he ended up knowing what to do because I watched him hunt. But a teen single mom, yeah. How old was he when he showed up? I can show you a picture. I can text you a picture if you want, because my... I have no idea. He, based on size, looked young, but, he, based on teeth and everything like that, but the other thing, too, is that he is FIV positive, so he could, you know, have, when I brought him to the vet before, you know, he's been crusty and had all sorts of stuff going on with him, and so they could have given him an older age, or his teeth, he's got stripes on his teeth, but again, like, how much of that, like, what, I don't know. Chihiro was one of 2 in his litter. He's a bit odd. His mom was young too. Kind of just avoided them all after they were weaned. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, this is why I would love to know. Like, tell me your story. So, the pictures I just sent you. The first one. That one was the one that was the first day he showed up on our wood pile. That's the first picture I have of him. He just showed up one day. And then this was like the first time that I was feeding him. You can see how tiny and skinny he was there. This was a couple of months later. And then this was when I was like, oh my gosh, he's so healthy looking. And he is like, oh wow, not so skinny anymore. And then I realized that no, he's still a skinny little guy. He just no longer was like super bony. Like you couldn't see like his hips anymore. Or his shoulder blades when he was sitting down, but he was still. And then he started to like, this was August, so he showed up in May. So this was like after 3.5 months or so of feeding him. And he started to like look like an actual cat instead of, you know, my little man. Yeah. started to get some weight on him, and see, this is August, and finally, this is where he starts to actually look like an actual cat. Like, instead of just a skinny little... And then he ended up, I mean, so many people were like, he's fat. I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. He is muscular. Like, when he came in, he was around 14 pounds. He's now around 11 and a half, which is where the vet wanted him to be. They were like, he's kind of big for his, like, size. But he was big for his size because he was an outdoor cat, and the muscle mass on him to be able to climb trees and to jump things and to run and to do all this stuff. Like, I remember kind of panicking a little bit because after a while, he started to, when I would pet him, his butt wasn't a square anymore. Like, it you know, it was shaped like how a cat's butt should be. He had a dump truck, you know? Because he was just, that's where their muscle is. It's in their haunches. It's in their ability to leap and jump. Like, Pippin is very much that way right now, too. And I'm sure that she'll lose weight, too, when she becomes indoors full time. He was so thick. His butt was a weapon. Like, let's see if I can find a good, here we go. This was October. Like, again, he doesn't look overweight to me. When he would sit down, he would look chunky. But here, that's just a muscular cat. Like, that's just a cat that's got a lot of muscle, if you ask me. When he would, of course, who doesn't look bigger around the middle when they're sitting or lying down? You know, it's a problem. Yeah, this was November. So, like, by November, he was finally, like, and then he started coming inside. Oh, those little baby, like, first steps with him. He's come so far. Now, let's see, is the mark still there? A little bit. Now, do you, you can't, hold on. I don't know if, oh. Camera? Hello? I'm back here. Camera, you can do it. I believe in you. There you go. Do you see this weird line right here? It's kind of faint and hard to see. But it's like, the other day he just randomly bit me. Like, not hard, obviously, because everything is fine. But, like, he just, you know, now he's like, look at me, I'm a silly goofball. And you're like, oh, okay. Hi there, silly star, welcome in. Focusing doesn't exist. No, it's a mood. But, like, he was playing, and he was just like, chomp, and I'm like, could you not? Like, so dumb. Alright, so, because the vets estimated his age when we brought him in to be between 3 and 4. 4 plus, possibly, Kenya. You think that's wrong? They're not great. That's part of why they thought that. Like, he's got lines in, like, his front fangs. And, you know, I try and brush everyone's teeth now because let's be real here. I have had to have dog dentals and all kinds of things. So okay. They base it on teeth, yeah. So you think that he just has old man teeth? Plus, I can send you a couple of pictures. I won't show them on stream just because I know that it won't necessarily faze you. But he was crusty. He was like a very crusty boy that had like, when we brought him in for different things, he looked rough. Like, he had a lot of allergies when he first came in. We're guessing. He doesn't really have a lot of that anymore, which is good, and I'm grateful. But like, he was gross. So there's a part of me then that thinks maybe that's part of what they were basing it off of too, is just like how crusty he is. But again, I think some of that's the FIV. I don't know. We'll use eyes to determine if they're older or younger than 10. That's interesting too. Also, Elf, I saw it's 103 there today. That's gross. We had that last week. We had rain, and so the rain broke that heat. But we had feels like 105 the other day, and I was like, oh. For your friend's cat who jumped off my shoulder and clawed me with his back feet. Yeah. Yeah. Send them my way. Crust pictures incoming. So glad I have central air. Yeah. Is it humid by you or is it just hot? Because that was the worst part of it for us, was that it was like the temperature was technically like 99, but the humidity was so bad, and it was like it feels instead like, you know, 105, and it was like you would walk outside and it felt like you were walking through soup. If we're talking about how our pets injured us, I have a very, very silly story. Oh my god, tell me. Tell me your very silly story. He was neutered, yeah. He showed up neutered. If you look at that first picture of him on the wood pile, you can see his little ear there. They took a chunk of his ear. If it's 10% humidity there, it's raining. Ugh. I get to walk through soup tomorrow. I was going to say maybe that'll mean there won't be as many bugs, but no, that means there's going to be more. No atmosphere to buffer the UV rays. Yeah, being higher up. Senior in high school, my dog jumped on a door in front of me to try and open it, and the door opened to my head, and I got a concussion! Oh my god! I hope it wasn't like, I've had a concussion once before, and it wasn't like a super serious one or anything, so I hope it wasn't bad, but like, can you just imagine like going to the doctor or the hospital or wherever and being like, so what happened? How did this happen? And you're like, so my dog, and they're like, wait, hold on. Hold on. My dog hit me in the face with a door. Oh, sweet baby's just trying to help. I'm glad you're okay. Technically a minor head injury, but yeah, it's easier to say that, people. About the flat cat. No? Question mark? tell us again, just in case if you already have. Yes, I've heard this. I don't know if you've shared it in stream. You can absolutely share it. I'm like trying to look at other pictures of him when he first showed up. Now I'm really curious about his age. I wish that there was like some way that you could, I don't know, do a test. To like figure out their ages, you know? Got you the flat cat as a joke gift. Very realistic, but flat. Yeah, like this, like Flat Stanley, like a cardboard cutout. Mm-hmm. She saw it and poofed up, growled, was like, okay, I'll show you it's not real. I pushed it over, and she was like, oh. Picked it up, and she was like, again. Your dogs bark at themselves in the mirror. Honestly, one of my favorite early things that I had to show Maple when he was coming in was that stove cat, as we called them, isn't a real cat. It's his reflection in the stove. Because same thing, the way that he'd be like, who's that? And you're like, buddy, it's you. And then he would like startle and be like, you know how like they do that, like the math basically of like moving. Pippin did the same thing with the stove and the same, like, and in the fireplace. So we were like, up, stove cat's back. It's just, it looks different this time because she is like, who's that cat? It's you, friend. I know you've not really seen a mirror, but it's you. Hasn't barked at themselves since they were a puppy. The other one does once in a while. Can you guess which one gave you the concussion? Listen, Patch barks at dogs on TV, cats on TV. Certain commercials, like the opening music plays, and he's like, oh, it's go time. And I'm like, how do you... Like, he just recognizes the music. Oh my god. She goes faster, got a claw in the eyebrow. Oh. Like we're, oh. You should get an eyebrow piercing there then. In memorandum. It's like my hands were so scratched up in the beginning stages with Maple because he would... Same thing that Pippin does, you know, swat at you a little bit when he was unsure. And then, you know, not necessarily with, like, his claws out, because, oh my goodness, if they were out, it would have been much worse because they had never been cut. And so he would have really hurt me. Same thing with Pippin. Like, Pippin never did it in a way that was like, heck you. It was just like, you know, with the nails retracted, but since they were so long, you're like, oh... Cooper was so confused by the Cooper tire commercials when he was a puppy. There was only one commercial that Patch never barked at the dog on. He would stop what he was doing and watch. And that was the Culligan water commercial. There was a Dalmatian in it that was like running around, and he would stop every time, whatever he was doing, and watch it. Not bark, not get upset, just watch, and then he'd go back to whatever he was doing. And I'm like, is this your, like, do you know that dog? Is that like is that a sibling? Like, is that why you don't bark at them? But every time he'd be like, Okay, what were we doing? For his show, oh my god. Boo runs. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. When we come back, I'll see if I can find that video on the ad break of Patch and the Culligan water commercial. Because it was really cute. But let's take a stretch. Hi, Mom! Oh, Twitch is just about to play commercials, so I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. We're making a turtle, though. But I'll be back in, like, 2 minutes. So, I'll be right back. Let's play some word games. You can play a word game with us. Type the words in chat that you see, and you can play. Okay, be right back. Okay. I found the video. So he had two commercials that he would stop everything that he was doing. One was the Culligan water commercial, and the other was the Care.com commercial with the little girl who was like, when it was time to find a new babysitter, I had, like, really high pitched. So here's the first one, right?
People.
And I had rewound it, so he was already looking at the TV. Thank you for that follow, by the way. Welcome in. This is in 2015. This was our apartment. Right, and then as soon as the adult starts talking, he's like, whatever. And then the kid comes back. And the way that he was like, gets me every time when they're like, Push, she's a great cook. And he's like, hello. But yeah, he would bark at like the TV dogs, but not this one. No. This was his favorite. Every time. Every time. Like, he fully stopped begging for food. And then stopped watching the TV. Hi, Tigress. And then stopped watching the TV as soon as the commercial was over and was begging for food again. And I was like, what? Like, this... Every time. And he would watch it the whole way through. And then he'd be like, okay, that's enough. And I'm like... Every time, the whole way through. It's his favorite... I'll have to see if, like, I play it now. Like, if I can find it on, like, YouTube or something, if he'll have the same reaction. Because it just cracks me up every time. Just the... Yeah, gonna have to. Finally, we caught something. Oh my god. Also, side note, can we just... This was, like, right after the other video. And I'm like, oh. This is banana bread. Big helpers. My babies. Oh, man. That apartment. Lots of memories. But yeah, those were his special interest commercials. I can't really think of any that he does that with now. I mean, most of the commercials that he pays attention to on TV are the ones that have dogs in them, and that's because he's gonna bark at them. Like the Smalls pet food, or the heck is the other one that they like? The Smalls is a cat one. Farmer's Dog or whatever. They have like the fresh pet food. Whoever designed those commercials should be smacked. The Farmer's Dog one in particular, or Ollie, whichever one it is, Which I think it's the farmer, the one that has the dogs making disgusting slurping sounds. And then, like, burping. I hate it when my own dog does that. I don't want to have commercial dogs doing it. Like, no. Go away. It's awful. Does anyone else have an animal that watches TV? I always thought it was really funny that Patch did, because they have that in 101 Dalmatians where all the dogs watch Thunderbolt. All I could think of was the commercial, which was Canine Crunchies, and I'm like, no. Boo has watched the entirety of Tangled with you. Oh my god, that's so cute. Lexi is our nerd, will watch Critical Role, High Rollers, and Doctor Who. Goose likes to watch you play Minecraft. Maple has taken an interest to video games when I play them on James's old laptop. Like, I'll play Stardew sometimes, or I'll play Palia, and he's interested in the characters moving around. Maggie loves dance on TV. Oh. Patches has only paid attention to the turn. Oh my god, when they were explaining nuclear power. Patches, no. Patches, no. That's... That's such a cat thing. Scissors? Patches is like, I could do this. Pippin has also shown interest in the TV, but Maple did too when he first came in, because, like, there's a big talking, moving thing on the wall, and, like, that's strange. Patch also likes seeing, like, horses on TV. We don't allow anyone to buy her nuclear power plants or give her access to any nuclear codes. Good. That's good. No science kits either. She could probably turn, you know, a bunch of household things into weapons. My bent tip crochet needle has been missing for at least a week. It's been driving you insane. Do you happen to have ones that aren't bent? Slash, if you don't, you can always buy some that aren't bent. Heat them up if you've got a hairdryer. And then bend them yourself. I have not purchased any bent tapestry needles, and yet that's primarily what I use. I bend them all myself. That's why I use a hairdryer or I have a heat gun because I'm a crafter that does everything. So yeah, you just like heat them up, and then if you have like pliers, that's what I use. Is I'll just like I'll grab one end, or I'll literally grab both. I'll grab like 2 pairs of pliers and just like bend them after it gets hot. As soon as you get another one or find a solution, you'll find the lost one. It's true. It is true. Okay, turtle shell. Check. Time to make the rest of the turtle parts. Now, whoever has the spoons for cleaning? Cleaning is so much. It takes so much energy. And then you just have to do it again. It's so tiring. Although it is Finish Friday. And Patch is hacking up along in the other room. He's probably chewing his feet again, or licking his feet. I don't know why he's been doing that lately. We sprayed like a anti-itch on it, and that seemed to help. Oh. He's like, "Don't talk about me, Mom!" Heck you! Picture and short video of Baby Boo watching Tangled with you. Oh my gosh. Our room is a small disaster area, honestly. Yeah. I hear that. Alright, let's see this little video. Tangled is such a good... Oh my god, he's so little! Yeah, heck her. Mother Gothel's bad. You can bite her in the leg. He's so invested. Patch, what are you even on about? He's just standing. Is Pippin in there? No. You're crocheting pumpkins? Hey James, can you hear me? I don't know if he's listening to stream or not. No. He was at the back door barking. IDK if he has to go out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see if he'll do the same. That would be cute. You have leftover yarn. Then go back to making granny squares. You were also working on pumpkins? Until Peppers distracted you? Pupper. Wait, your dog is sitting on your desk. Or maybe just has his feet on it. I don't know, but I have questions. Maybe if we all start making pumpkins now, it'll stop being so dang hot. Picture in Discord. That's not a little dog. I mean, it's little, but not as little as I was thinking. Like, he's 11 pounds. Okay, so I was like, wait. Look at this picture that Scruffy shared. What's the puppy's name? Are they the kind of dog that, like, hears their name and will turn? Oh, that's Cooper. Hi, Cooper. Buddy, what are you doing? He just wants to watch the crafting. We had a puppy named Cooper, too. Coopers are good pups. Our Cooper was like 65 pounds of square-headed sweetness. He'd probably be watching stream too. I love it when pets watch things. I think it's so cute. And silly. I always told my parents I was going to have a dog I could carry in a purse. I want a corgi one day. They're just little loaves of bread on legs, and I think that's hilarious. He knows how to open doors, upsets his sister, and watches the TV. Yep, sounds like a toddler. Just in a cat's body. I love corgis. They're so funny to me. But I will never get another dog from a breeder or a store again. Like, it only rescue. You know, Patch is one of those things, that's literally been like my dream dog my entire life. You can ask my mom. Literally, she'll tell you. But there are too many that need homes. And honestly, so many of like the purebred animals have so many health problems, and I'll take my mutts. Yeah, adopting. And there are purebreds, there's Dalmatians and shelters and animals that, you know, you can get those breeds still. You just have to wait. Plus they sploot. Did I get that smudge? There's like a spot that I was seeing. Only have doorknobs. Yeah. Yeah, I never had handle doorknobs in any, like, in our apartment or the house, and I'm grateful for it because I think animals would be opening doors too. He's now lying down on the computer mouse. No more computer time for you. I... Yeah, it's easier to open, but it's also easier to open. No, I get that. Okay, I got it now. It was like right here in like the corner. So like when I would look down, there'd just be like a little white spot. Wow, you're so smart. I'm so proud of you, but please be stupid. Yep. Well, that's like, I've said this before. You know, one of the common issues with Dalmatians is a lot of times they're deaf. It's a common breed problem. And the way that I'm like, this would be... You would make my life so much less... Like... It would just be easier, I feel like, if you couldn't hear every sound ever. He literally, like, our mailbox has a little magnetic latch. So when it closes, the little magnet engages. Patch hears the freaking magnet engage from inside the house and barks because he knows that someone's outside. Buddy. Buddy. Please. And meanwhile, the cat distribution system's still just gonna hand you one. And it'll be really wickedly smart. Like, I saw a post on Facebook today that just cracked me up where, like, a husband had messaged his wife and was like, you know, were you in a rush leaving for work this morning? And she was like, why? And then he sends a picture of, like, the door to the garage open. And then the second picture is a cat lying on a sofa. And evidently that's like the neighborhood cat that they sometimes give food to, and the cat was just like, sweet, I live here now. And just like sauntered in. And just made them like lying on the sofa. Not even just like lying on the sofa. It was just like, someone left the door open, so I'm here now. But evidently like her husband's really allergic, so poor guy. But I do wonder about that that like pet food. Because I've heard so many good things about people using that pet food that have cat allergies and them not having allergies anymore. Because it's actually really interesting. I brought that up with James too, because he has allergies with animals, but like varying levels. Like it got a lot better when we moved into our house because there's wood floors and the guinea pigs weren't in the bedroom with us. We didn't know until after we had already gotten them that he was allergic to hay, which is a guinea pig's main source of food. But this food that like decreases the allergen that the cats produce, it was interesting to me because James doesn't have a reaction really to Artemis or maple. Sometimes to Artie, not a lot, but sometimes. Sometimes his allergies bother him a little bit. But Gandalf, when we had him for like those couple of like the little bit of time that we had him, and he would be petting Gandalf or Gandalf would be on him, he would instantly get so like his nose would get all like congested and his eyes would get all watery. And I'm like, oh my God, I never even thought about the fact that he could just have been producing more of the allergen that James is sensitive to. Because like someone had mentioned that in these comments with like the cat on the, like, oh yeah, you know, same thing. Like I you know, one of my foster cats, like my husband's been fine with ours, but this foster cat, you know, made him just like explode. And we switched the cat to this food and I'm like, oh, shoot, I never would have even thought of that. And James was even like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that either. Like, maybe it was just the allergen that they produced that maybe Gandalf just made more of it. Even people without allergies to cats normally can have allergies with her. Oh God. Allergy meds for life. Yeah. Yeah, some people are like throat closing kind of allergy versus like I'm just congested allergy. Which are obviously two vastly different kinds of reactions. Kenya, I'll have you know, I'm like super fascinated by the fact that Maple could be a lot younger than he is. I guess that, well, no, Artie can't be younger than we think she is because we saw her when we first moved in here. So she has to be at least like 5. At the very least. Oh God, I just put that eye back in the wrong spot. Morning, Emily. Most people with cat allergies are allergic to the protein in their saliva. Yeah, because they clean themselves a lot. That protein is on their fur and dander. Yeah, and that could be it. Like maybe sometimes he's more reactive to Artie because she does groom herself like varying levels of intensity, I guess. Have the scars of a cat that's been outside for that long. Yeah, he has a weird triangle on his neck that doesn't grow fur. It's just like a little scaly patch. It's like a little triangle. No idea. No idea what it is. Yeah, no, he doesn't. I mean, I also guess it depends on when he got neutered. Because that would prevent a lot of those, like, scars, too, if he was neutered young. Like, when Gandalf or what we're trying to do with Jet. Because then there's not really the drive. But, like, we never saw him outside. And, I mean, I know that there are cats in the area that we've never seen before. But I have no idea. They have farm kitties. Oh. In the barn. Had to go to the hospital. He was like worth it. Oh my god. Yeah, that was like when James had his allergy testing done and they were like, yeah, you know, you've got like allergies to pets. I don't suppose you're going to give up your pets. And he was like, no. Not going to happen. He could still be attacked or get into things, yeah. A Wigglytuff? No. Yeah. Honestly, if you want to see more of him when he was little, Kenya, nope, that's not the command. This one is. We have a Dodo video. We were featured on the Dodo, and there's like a lot of very early clips and like lots of Maple outside stuff if you want to sleuth more. You definitely don't have to, but I also know that you can be like me sometimes with these things and be like, no, now I want to figure it out. If you're not in that space, you also can just be like, no. I'm not really that interested, and that's fair too. I didn't catch it either. See, you just have to really threaten. Do you see how Sillykins was like, I swear to God, if you don't let me catch this, I will end you? Pokemon listened. That's the key, I think. I think Emily got a stone. I swore to all of the gods, yeah. Just threaten to kick it in the shins. I should have threatened for all of us. And now I have a rock. I don't know. That just made me think of Charlie Brown. What did you get? I got a rock. Jigglypuff is one of my favorites. I love that. Yeah. So they said, like, hold on, I'll look on I'll look on Chewy, my pet profile. Account. My pets. Maple on Chewy I have is 6 years. Because that's how old Artie is. Because she was living outside when we moved in 2019. So, like, she was already outside. We saw her when we moved in. So we know that she's at least older because we had visual of her. He's definitely younger than her, just from what I see of them now. Is that why she's, like, over him? I just noticed that, like, his profile's really weird. His adoption date is not at all that time. Excuse me. That's going to annoy me. I don't know what their timeline is, so I don't know by how much, but yeah. So if she's 6, right? Like, if she's around 6, then what do you think he is? Like 4? 3? Because he showed up in 2021. I just saw the shell. It's a little pride shield. Yeah. It's an Aro-Ace shell. It's a Aro-Ace. It's so punny. That would also explain why he was, you know, not so difficult to tame if he was younger. More malleable. More like... hadn't had as many bad experiences as an outdoor kitty. Had some, because he definitely, like... He had some trauma that he had to figure out. Had them since they were babies. Aww. Given their birth date. 1.5 years. That's my husband's birthday. His birthday's October 13th. Maple's official gotcha date was January 21st. Of 2022. I'm changing that. I don't know why it had his adoption date as 2024. Like, no. January 21st was when he got closed in for good. So you wait a minute, Kenya. You think he's a 2020 baby? That explains a lot. That explains so much. Someone got a pet during lockdown and then let him feral after. So, honestly, I would almost be more willing to put that with Artie. But Maple having the TNR ear tick, I mean, unless they let him go while he was not neutered, that would be my... I would say that he was not someone's pet. Artie, on the other hand, because of how friendly she was, like, right away, how nothing in the house scared her, and how she just, like, adjusted totally fine to being brought in the house all of a sudden one day, I would say that she was someone's pet that they let go. Or they moved and they left her, or something like that. I venture he's maybe turning 5. So a 2019 baby. It's just wild to me, like, that we never saw him until 2021, you know? Like, where were you? And I mean, I know that cats can travel. I know that they can cover quite a large distance, but it's like... And I mean, heck, if he was just even living in a different part of the neighborhood. There are people in the area who also feed cats. There are a couple of houses when we go on our walks that always have cats in the driveway, and you can see bowls. Yeah, so there are people who do TNR. I don't know if they're still here because... You know, I ended up getting Gandalf, and now I'm looking at getting Jet too. So it's like, I don't know if other people are still TNRing in the area. You know, people can obviously move out or whatever. But every time that I see all the friendly cats together, I look at mine and I'm like, why can't you be like that? How old do you think Pippin is? Older. I think, to me, she's closer to Artie. Like that 6 to 7-ish. In my mind. Like, you agree? I'm proud of myself for, like, figuring out these things, you know? Like, alright, maybe I do know some stuff. Yeah. No, I would agree. One of the hypothesis on her breed was Mancoon Ragdoll mix. And I would agree with that too. Just based on her size and her fur and her coloring. Because the Ragdoll would make her tinier, I believe, than the Mancoon would. And she flops. She's such a flopper. When do most ferals have their babies? Because I feel like it's spring, summer. Right? Like, this time of year. She's so floppy. When it warms up. Because that's when I guess Maple would have been born, was like this time-ish of year. Hot as hell time of year. Okay. Now we just have to make 4 flippers. Which makes me wish that I could copy and paste things again, but, you know. A second litter. That could be interesting. And maybe that's why the hypothesis of maybe he was a singleton. And why he's so bad at interactions. I mean, it's okay. I'm not good at them either, buddy. Like, hard relate. Can I get a copy of paste of myself? That would be great. Right? Welcome back, Mary. If I could copy paste myself so that I could weave in these ends, or not weave in the ends, sorry. There's not actually ends to weave in. There's assembly to do. Which is in a way weaving in ends, but, you know, in a design. Or in a specific pattern. How long are cats pregnant for? These are things I don't know. Like, I have learned is a trial by fire. Like, they literally threw me into the deep end with these cats. I have no idea. Oh, Silicons, you did forget the E in Poke Catch. You have Pock Catch. Oh, they're only pregnant for 2 months? First of all, lucky. Second of all, what? Gosh, this is why you need to spay and neuter your pets, or ones that you see out in the world who aren't spayed or neutered, like Jet. Because imagine, if you will, that Jet isn't neutered. See, this is even worse when they're males and they're not neutered, because literally Jet could impregnate every single unspayed female in the area. Jet could get every single one of them pregnant, and then in 2 months, another cat could get every single one of them. Like, oh my god. 3 months and then those babies can eat food. About 9 weeks according to Google. Dang. I think that, are they in heat all year round? Or I think that they're only outdoor cats, that is. Indoor cats, I'm sure, are different because they have shelter and safety and all of that. But I feel like outdoor cats normally only have litters, or have more litters, I should say, in the warmer months, spring to like fall. Like winter and early spring tend to slow down. At least if you live in an area where you have 4 seasons. If you live in an area where it's like always warm, it's never going to really slow down. Dang. That's why I want to TNR Jet. That's why we TNR Gandalf. During the breeding season, which typically runs from early spring to early fall. Be influenced by age and the length of daylight. Yeah. There is a kitten season, but in theory you can say they can get pregnant. Yeah. Yeah, and if an average litter is like 4 to 5 kittens, 3 to 5. So what, you think Maple was probably born in like August or September? Hi, Pizza Cat. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 3 to 7. Yeah. No, Kenya's has like a really great graphic that I had saved, but finding that now is probably going to be really difficult about how just like one unaltered cat in an area can balloon out into thousands of them, which can totally decimate like species in the area. So you think he was born in 2019 in the late summer? Five or six, sometimes up to 8, yeah. It depends on a lot of things too, like resources and all of that. For outdoor cats, at least. Again, indoor cats, it's going to be very different versus feral communities. I think I'll give him... Should I give him an August birthday or a September birthday? Is he a Leo or a Libra? Maple's a Leo, isn't he? I'm a Leo. First litter tends to be lower end of the numbers, yeah. He's 1,000% a Leo. You're a Leo too? When the moms don't get food, the litters aren't as strong either. Yeah. Yeah, because if the moms aren't able to be as nourished. That also is like, if the moms aren't finding a whole lot of food beforehand, then they might not go into heat as often as well. Oops, I was supposed to decrease there. Look at all the Leos in chat. Yeah. Oh, is Maple a July Leo? Does he give those vibes, or does he give August Leo vibes? I love this. This is so silly to me, and I love it. Yeah, Sillykins, technically Emily also shares a birthday with us for part of our birthday, because she lives in Australia. She's not born on the same day, but for part of the day, we're all celebrating. He's an August Leo. So that goes until August 22nd. He would be born on the last day of Leo season. I'm putting it into our Chewy thing. As... he would absolutely be born on the last day. Like, no, no, no. I can't miss it. Just to be dramatic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're Cancer, you have cousin, aunt, and late grandfather that are Leos. Yeah, I'm a Leo, my mom's a Libra. Dad's a Sagittarius. What's October? Oh no, James is also a Libra. Because he's early October, my mom's late September, so he's also a Libra. It kind of depends on when. That's why it gets confusing after a while, because you start to be like, well, when the heck? Yeah, that's absolutely the most Leo thing he could do. Okay. So I changed his profile in Chewy. So now he's a Leo. What do I have Artie as? I gave Artie a birthday of January. Oh, shoot, ads. Sorry, be right back. Sorry. Okay. Your Wi-Fi disconnected. Oh no. All I could think of was Mordor. I'll have you know, I have no idea what other star sign energy is. I just know this feels like such a Leo thing. I just know mine. Which is like, Leos are fires type, and so they tend to be very like passionate, and there are some Leos who are very like, it's all about me, which I don't think that I am one of those types of of Leos. I think that I'm one of the... I am a very passionate person. And I can get heated about things for sure. I'm just a dramatic houseplant. That's a mood. So I don't actually know. I'm an astrophysicist. I do not subscribe to any of this. I'm still intrigued, yeah. I have no idea what they're supposed to be. I don't know. Evidently your Sagittariuses are fellow fire signs though. Because when I asked what the Leo season, like what the dates are for Leos, and I had that, and then under that, people also ask, who should a Leo marry? They say Leo should marry other fire signs, as they match their passion and heat. I'm like, girl, you do not want Leos together. Although it does also say that Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius also work as air signs, as they have fast-paced energy and could work well with a Libra, or with a Leo. Sorry, the words lined up. And my husband is a Libra. Interesting. Yeah, so Leos are described as passionate, loyal, and infamously dramatic. Represented by the lions. Spirited fire signs are the king and queen of the celestial jungle. Rawr. Amazing. Wait, what do you mean, Silicons? I also think that, like, being neurospicy has a lot to do with things, too. Because, like, that, I feel like, is why I'm not, like... I don't think I'm dramatic, but I think that sometimes drama is around me because I don't understand social cues or what people mean, or I misunderstand things. Like, I don't think that I necessarily bring the drama or cause the drama, or I don't want the drama at all, but I think that I am passionate, and I do try sometimes to, like, I don't know, figure things out, and I mess up, and so then I bring the drama. The accidental drama, yeah, it's like the worst kind. Because you sit there and you're like, no, I didn't want the drama. Like, this is me just trying to comprehend things. Drama finds me. I'm the theatrical drama. See, now what I need to do... Hang on. Now we have to figure out what we think Artie is. They usually just say drama. They don't specify the kind. My first thought seeing all of them written down was like Aquarius. I don't know. Because Artie, I don't know if she was like born to a feral. I don't know if she was someone's pet. She had no microchip, but she was already spayed and had no ear tick. So she was someone's pet. So like trying to give her like a date of birth is much more complex. That was the biggest surprise for us when we like brought her to the shelter. And they were like, no, she's a girl and she's been spayed. And we're like, oh. Okay. Because she didn't have the ear tick. Because, like, this was October of 2019. And that's her. And I don't think she's limping in that. So I don't know when she got her injury. This is her in 2020. She peek. She do a peek. Freaking love her. And then her sitting on the neighbor's porch. Giving a disapproving stare. Probably at all of those nails, which is what gave her the injury. That's 2021. And then one of my favorite videos of all time. She's like creeping so slowly. And I'm like, why? Like, what are you doing? And then I realize it's because Maple's in the house. And he was looking at her. She just wanted water. And he was like... So she was creeping past the other door because he was in the house. Oh, bless her. And then there was her big boo-boo foot. We can see how badly swollen it was. I don't like to show people what it looked like unless they ask, but like, you can see that without seeing the injury. Like, her toes were so dirty too. Oh. Baby. She's still in her blanket fort, but I want to go snug her now. Artemis. Do you want to come out? She's like, not really. Good. I'm working on the second flipper right now, and then I just have 2 more to do. We were just figuring out, since obviously we don't know Artie or Maple's actual date of birth, we were hypothesizing. based on astrology. Also because my friend Kenya, who does animal rescue, thinks Maple's younger than our vets thought. So, based on how he looks instead of, and acts instead of how his teeth look. Because he and Artie were, they were hanging out last night. And I think that he either didn't have siblings or didn't stay with them long enough, because he has no idea how to interact with her. He was like meowing to her, and cats don't meow to each other to communicate. And then he was like, he couldn't read her signs. So we were just talking about cats. Lexi is a Cancer because we know her birthday. Patch's birthday is this month. Wait a minute. Patch is a Cancer. I was like, wait a minute, is Patch a July Leo? Because that would explain so much. But he's literally a Cancer by one day. Because he was born on the 21st. And Cancer season ends on the 22nd. The teeth system is flawed, yeah. With Wally is just one example. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get that it's a somewhat decent way of trying to figure it out, but there's so many aspects that can play into it, including, like, Maple, in his case, the FIV. Like, that can cause all sorts of stuff. Did they get along? No. I don't know. What would you say? Kenya, would you say they got along? I say they were confused. Yeah, because, like, the pictures that I sent you of him looking all crusty when we brought him to the vet, like, that's the time that they aged him, was when he looked like that. He was a hot mess. Like, you're giving me my cat's age based on, like, this crustiness. Like, and, like, like, all of that stuff. Like, yeah, of course he looks way older than, I mean, well, he was crusty. He had allergies. He had nose crusties, ear crusties, eye crusties. He was gross. We call him a crusty bucket because he was just a mess of ick. Here, Mom, I can show you. I think that Maple just doesn't know how to communicate. And he doesn't understand when Artie is communicating to him. So I honestly just think that there's a lot of miscommunication between the two of them. But I wouldn't say that there's any ill intention between them. They just don't know how to talk to each other or how to, like, be around each other. Because this was last night. And he's, like, meowing to her. Maple. Be sweet boy. Maple. Hey. Oh. Come here. And Artie's like, what are you doing? That's not how cats talk to each other. He sounds confused. He looks confused, too. Like, what you know of animal body language. His body's really tense. Like, his body's really tense, but he's meowing like he does to me, which is very sweetly. His tail's not puffed up. But he, like, doesn't know what to do with himself. Maple. And then he goes to, like, jump up and sort of swat at her. And she was like, absolutely not, and smacked him back. And I gave her treats for smacking him. I was like, good girl. Because, like, right here when he's jumping up, his paws are on the thing. Right? His paws are here. So she goes to swat at him first. And then I think because she went to swat at him, he goes to swat at her. Because then he hits her in the face. And then she hits him in the face. And then, like, hiss spits at him. And it was... Again, no one was hurt. No one. It was just very dramatic. And I was like, okay. You know, I praised her. I was like, good girl. I gave her treats. I was like, you know, you told him. And I'm proud of you for, like, standing your... My hair is a mess. I have to, like... You didn't even notice, Mom. I cut it again. I cut it. It's short. It's shorter. But that means that my bangs are kind of back.
I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm.
That's great. Wish, thank you for the 28-month resub. How come I cut it? Because it was hot as hell lately. It was so hot, and doing anything outside meant that I was just sweating a ton, and I was tired of washing it. I will not tolerate it. She really was just like, no. Orange. Got it. Until I get the next emote up to do the little erasing things on. We're just doing these paper chains while I've got them. Looks cute. Thanks. Yeah, it was like the last time that we were just doing anything out in the yard. I was like, it's just too hot. It's cooled down now. It's raining, so it's just kind of like swampy feeling. But at least it's not hot and swampy feeling. Does anyone have any weekend plans? Oh, it's pouring there? No, it's kind of just been rain, like drizzly all day here. I wonder, I mean, it's been like cloudy and overcast all day, so I'm wondering if it's gonna rain. Like, rain, go away. It did cool it off. It did. Having it rain. Yeah, what was it? Today it feels like 85, even though it's 78. Do I have the thing on here from yesterday still? Because, like, yeah, let's see. Wednesday, it felt like 104. And it was 91. So it did cool it down. Yeah. It's gross. Let's see. The humidity is 81% here right now. Gross. That's what makes this unbearable, like the heat. Dry heat makes it better. But that humid stuff, ugh. Awful. Because it instantly makes you just feel like it's like suffocating. Yeah. But again, it's also supposed to rain, so. So as a reminder, I won't be here on Monday. I'll post about it in the Discord too. But I am going back to my physical therapist after not being there for a while. So, yeah. Hoping that goes well. Call the airlines and go, look, you idiots. No one in their right mind goes on holiday to Philly in the dead of August. Why is it so expensive? No one's going to Philadelphia for a vacation in the summer. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, you know, everything will, like, it'll be nice to see them again. I'm just like, I hope that I hope that they're like, wow, you've really slid back a lot in your progress. Because for a while, I really couldn't do any of the exercises because of how cruddy I was feeling with all the medicine stuff. So, I don't think that I can do enough of them over the next 2. You know, it's like when you, I mean, I now have gotten into a really good routine and I floss every day. But, like, it's when you don't floss every day and then you realize you have the dentist coming up and so you start flossing like 4 times a day. Like, maybe they won't know that I wasn't flossing every day. It's like, I don't think that I can cram enough in the next 2 days. I'd probably go in weaker or more sore and they would be like, what did you do? But they know I wasn't able to do a lot of the exercises because of how I was feeling, so. I mean, my ENT doesn't even think that physical therapy is that necessary or helpful for what I have. I disagree, which is why I'm going back. Or I should say the ENT specialist. Obviously, one of the ENTs who recommended I go to PT thinks that it's a helpful thing. But this migraine guy... And I mean, I do understand one of the things, and I think that this is more of what he was trying to say, is that going to physical therapy is not a helpful thing if it takes you days to recover afterwards for this sort of an issue. He was like, you know, doing your exercises at home in like smaller sections is better than going for like an hour and then being too exhausted to do anything. Because like, and that I can understand, like not pushing it for this sort of like an injury, if you will, you know, an injury with like arms or, you know, where you want to push. It's okay if it hurts a little bit because it means it's getting stronger. In this case, having it hurt or having it affect you negatively is not increasing your strength. It's just making you feel crappy. So I get what he was saying with that. And I do agree that, you know, pushing too much for this kind of thing isn't really great because it's a lot of it is your brain and like signals and Never mind. I thought I was going to sneeze again. It makes sense. You don't want to overtax your brain. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to push it to the point where it makes it so that you can't do what you normally do. But working instead on like strengthening, I think is important, like building strength up in my neck and building up like that muscle memory again of like movements and things like that. But doing stuff to the point of like, oh my God, I need to lie down now for the next 3 days is just detrimental in this case. I wish we could allow our doctors into our bodies for a moment so that they could feel what we could, right? Oh my gosh, especially when it's hard to describe. Like, if you break something, you can see it on an x-ray. You know, in this case, or even like mental health, like it's not something that you can photograph. It's not something that you can like trace your progress because there's no like, it's not something that you can see in blood work or x-rays or CAT scans. Like there's nothing there. It's just you trying to describe stuff. Like you just trying to describe how you feel in a way that another person can understand. And that's difficult. Like even just trying to describe the kind of dizziness I was feeling. Because other than, you know, a few episodes, it wasn't like everything moving. It was what I now know is called after motion, which is basically almost like when you spin around a lot and get dizzy, and you know how like it feels like you're still moving even if you're not moving. That's what was happening, but it would be something as simple as just like, and it would feel like I was still moving even though I wasn't. And so even just getting that terminology, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, yes, that's what it is. Because they'd be like, you know, are you dizzy or are you this? And I'm like, I haven't really had a lot of like, I mean, I do sometimes have like swoopy sort of dizzy feelings. Knock on wood, fingers crossed, I haven't in a while. But the tracking, the after motion, the whatever, kind of fluctuates still. It's gotten better. I used to not even be able to like bend over and put my hair in like a towel after a shower. You know how like you flip it all up kind of thing. Even like that motion of like standing up afterwards and you're like, oh, that happens when I ride too many theme park rides in a day. Yeah. It's been okay. I think part of what's been hard has been some of the tightness in my neck. Which is also why I really wanted to get back to PT, because I know that they were going to focus a lot on like neck stuff for me as well. And that will help. So you think about it, if I've had to like take it easy and not move as much or lie down a lot more or do a lot of that stuff, then my neck isn't as engaged. Like if I'm lying down or resting a lot, then the muscles, and I also don't have the best posture. It's something that I've been trying to work on, just like, you know, shoulders back kind of thing. And like one of my major things that I do is I lean my head out too far. And I know that I do that when I craft too. And that puts a lot of strain on your neck when you like lean your head forward versus like if you put, like even if you do that now, like if you put your hands on like the back of your neck and you like lean your head out and then you pull it back in, you'll feel the muscles, how like it engages differently. And so like that's part of it too, is like trying to like check different things, because it'll help all around. I don't know. It's all very confusing. The worst part, though, is just not knowing what caused it. You're like, thanks, I hate it. Thank you for that posture check reminder. Everybody, check your posture. Are you sitting like a shrimp or the letter C? Try to straighten yourself out a little bit. D shrimp. Become a letter I instead of a C. Pokemon! I love that so much. You're gonna be the letter Z? That's impressive. Yeah, Silicons, it's Friday, right? Like, your brain is like, I'm done. I'm done for the week. I've clocked out. Hooray. Now, assemble. Right? This is how they do it on, like, TikTok and stuff. Didn't work. Dang. Well, I finished it. Dang. The turtle's all done. The snail's all done. Our bear's all done. Now they just need to be assembled. Did I believe hard enough? Maybe I didn't. I believe. That didn't sound very good. I hear assemble and think, Avengers assemble. Do you think that the Avengers could help me assemble stuff? I mean, they must be pretty good at it, right? Gonna go have dinner? Okay, enjoy dinner. Love you. I need to, like, sew some of the things that have pins in them. You know what? I never found my noses. I needed to still pick my nose. I still needed to pick my nose for my bear. How I looked in a mirror, that should help me find my nose. Okay. Ooh. No, don't fall. Okay. Dang, it didn't even fall out of the back. I was like, maybe it fell. I found them! I put them in the wrong thing. They were in the wrong basket. Oy. I also somewhere have a little container full of pink, red, brown, and black noses. But I'm not sure where that is. My brother picks his nose without a mirror. Hi, Fairy. Welcome in. I can delete it for you, Sly, if you don't remember what the thing was. Yeah. Got you. I got you. Are they? Oh my god, that one's too tiny. Maybe. Boop. Is it too tiny? Is it cute? I don't know. Here, wait, we'll try the next size. A little nose. Or that one. Yeah, I think I do too. Yeah. Poop. I got some big honkin' ones too. I have your audio coming out of my Google Nest speaker while my nurse is here, and I was doing my 10-minute walk when you said to check your posture. There you go. We have cameras set up, yeah. Oh. That's quite a large... Artie. You coming out? Oh, sweet Bubba. Artie. Oh. Hi. Well, hello, beautiful. Oh, did you have such a good nap? Oh, you can't see her. Did you have a good nap? Oh, that's a big yawn. Hi. Come here. Come on. That's okay. Well, that was a big stretch too. Oh, goodness. Did I pick you up? Hi. Oh, okay. I can do it myself, Mom. She's a toddler. I know. She's the toddler. She's like, no! I want to be on the desk, but I can do it myself. I'm so sorry. I tried to help. I'm so sorry. And now she's like, this is just like our one guinea pig that we had, Smudge, where he would just like, he would freak out when you would pick him up, and then he'd be like, oh wait, no, I like this. Just kidding. Just kidding, I actually like this. She gets very upset that you have done, maybe it's just because she's small, and she's like, I can do it. I don't need your help. Hi. Oh, I love you. I was looking at pictures when you were outside, kitty. I'm glad you're not outside anymore. Are you glad you're not outside anymore? Yeah. I'll move those safety eyes. You can have your blanket. That yarn I'm all done with. It has to go back. Do you want to lick this? It's not really cold anymore, but... No? Okay. Oh, she's licking it. She's gonna be like, it's not cold, Mom. Working hard on the cross stitch? Nice. Oh. Come here. She's like, no, don't hold me. You're being a stinker. No, don't scratch your head. Don't scratch your face like that. Don't scratch that. Now as an adult, I'm like, yes, please do all the things for me. Yeah, she's super independent. She's like, I don't need any of your help. I'm a strong, independent catto. Yeah? Strong, independent baby. Almost done with the outer wreath. That's awesome. So much bigger than any other cross stitch you've done. Oh, baby. That's exciting, though. Trying a new project is always fun. Should we clean up the desk? What do you think? She's like, no, I'm here now. This goes in one, and that goes in the other. Hi. And this goes in one. We got a lot done today, this week, in general. For the bridal shower. That's so cool. I made a cross stitch for my bestie when she got married, too. But I didn't want to do like a traditional like Mr. and Mrs. thing because her husband has a child from a previous relationship. And so it wasn't just the two of them, you know, that the wedding was like about, if you will, or changing. So I found one that was like a family thing instead, which I thought was cool. Little different, and like put that date on it instead, like with the family thing. Yeah, we made a lot of cuties this week. I'm excited to sew them all up and see them all finished. Oh, I can highlight and check off doing the turtle because now the turtle's done. Ow, don't bite my hand. So now we have the bee, peacock, red panda, and cat left. We have 4. We're going to try and get them all done next week. I don't know if it's going to happen. We're going to try, though. That's a lot. We'll probably have the sale on the 3rd Friday of the month. So not next Friday, but the Friday after. We got 3 done this week. So even if we get 3 done next week, then we'll just have 1 more and I'll have to photograph everything. You can bite my hand if you like. Just doing flowers, matched the invitations. That's neat. I didn't think they really matched her vibes. No, that makes sense. You definitely have to, like, make something for, like, the person. Wow. Okay, Burmy. You're literally a low-level Pokemon. Pixie, hi. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Hi. Oh, chin scritches? Do any of you guys have cats that get acne? This is such a weird question. Artie does, though. She gets little bumps on her chin. Like little blackheads. Your cats have at different times? Unless I count as a cat. Oh, she loves the no scratchies. Matching the invitations felt like a safe bet. I agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So cats, most cats actually have, this is going to blow some minds. Most cats have herpes. It's just a thing. And it can manifest in different ways in different cats. And one of them is little acne. Hi. Oh, that is a big stretch. That was a big stretch. Yeah. Let's see if I can find a thing. Hi. I guess it's okay. So most symptoms can last 2 or 3 weeks, but the virus can lay dormant in a cat's body for years. So I guess that's what I'm thinking of. In many cats, this is no problem, causes no problem. It can return occasionally throughout a cat's life, especially in times of illness or stress. Over 80% of cats have feline herpes. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Now you have me questioning myself. Yeah. Symptoms can show up throughout a cat's life. the FVRCP vaccine actually helps prevent it. So I feel like it's also something that, like, outdoor pets have higher chances of. Because once they get infected, they'll have it for their whole life. It's there. Yeah. Hi. All right, should we say goodbye to everyone? Wrap up stream for the week? I probably should have been looking for people to raid. I don't know why I was just sitting here. Sometimes my brain just doesn't... I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you're just gonna help by biting my hand. Awesome, thank you. They are. Mm-hmm. Which is basically what she gets. She has like they're little like pimples on her chin. She doesn't have any other symptoms. It's just like, it's like a flare-up thing. Okay, let me see who's on and what everyone is up to today. Yeah, unless of course you had the chickenpox vaccine. I did not. I got chickenpox as a child, so... Yay! Okay, what kind of vibe are we feeling? Do we want to go watch someone craft? Do we want to go watch some animals? Or do we want to go watch some games? You never had chickenpox? Lucky. I had them really bad. They were like in my ears bad. Lovely. Animals. Okay. So as a reminder, and I'll post in the Discord as well, I will not be here on Monday, because I will be at physical therapy, so think of me during stream. Because, yeah, I'll be a little nervous. But yeah, it'll be fine. I'll be back on Tuesday though, and we will, oh shoot! How am I supposed to get all of this stuff done if I'm taking a day off? Oh, Lord. Alright, we're shooting for getting 3 done next week. We can do it. I believe in it. The good news is we already have colors picked out for most of these things, so that's like half the battle right there, is figuring out what color we want everything. Or what pride flag we're doing. That's the word. Days off are good. They are. They're important. Train the cats to do it. Do you think I could? Here, Artie, can you sew this together for me? What do you think? She says, I'm just gonna lie here, Mom. I can mod for you. Put your stream on your phone and I will bop the trolls. Other than that, no. Not really. Look at her working so hard. Such a hard worker. She would ban me so fast. She would ban all of you. I don't know that she would ban you or if she just wants to hunt you. Which, you know, she's a cat who lived outside. Maybe you just taste good. She says you're a snack. That's what it is. She says that, Sillykins. What a snack. It's true. Oh my, now I'm blushing. Okay, my friends, let's roll some credits. Thank you all so much again for being here today. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. As a reminder, I will not be here this weekend, and I will not be here on Monday, but I'll be back on Tuesday at 3 Eastern. So I hope to see you guys then. Have a really great weekend, friends. Come join us on Discord. I'll definitely be chatting there. The little blush. And yeah, I will see you all on Tuesday. Oh no, not the ads. Okay, well, you know what? That's just rude as hell. Let's go see some chickens. Bye.